going on, guys? This is Yo-Yo. I'm coming at you with an update video on the Wabi Kusa waterfall tank. It's been a while for this tank. I need to do maintenance on the tank. I actually sold some of these plants, so it actually is a lot more manageable, but I do need to remove some dead plants on this side, trim a lot of this plant that's kind of growing all over the place. So yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, yeah, so it's a Friday. Normally this is my maintenance day, so I do water changes on about half of my tanks, and I do my other half of the tanks the next day on Saturday, so that, you know, I don't really consume like all day just doing water changes and doing maintenance. So if you guys have multiple tanks, it's probably easier if you guys break it up throughout the week. That's why I do. It's just a lot easier. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you real quick the tank. It is like really kind of growing pretty nicely per se. So as you can see here, like this is pretty much like all over the place, as you can see, right? This plant here has just kind of like was in the middle, and it just consumed by going across here and over here. So what I'm gonna do is, you know, it's a really nice plant. It grows really nicely, but I'm just gonna start removing a lot of the dead stuff. For example, up here, this HC on top is really nice, but it hasn't been getting water down here, so it's like kind of just dead. And as you can see, like the snail climbed up here trying to eat some of this plant. So I'm gonna go ahead and just like pull a lot of this back so that new growth can kind of just like pick up along this dead area, so it can just actually start growing nicely. And actually over here, this is my Wabi Kusa on my Mini S. I actually went ahead and removed the Mini S because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with the Mini S. And plus I actually sold one of the Wabi Kusa balls on this side to a customer, and I went ahead and just kind of replaced it here. So this Crypt here, look at this Crypt. My goodness, this Crypt is so insanely nice. I just need to water it because I haven't missed it for the day. I normally miss it daily. But look at this, little baby coming on the side here. This, oh, look at the color of this. This is so crazy. Maintenance day. We're going to start trimming a lot of these guys. You guys are going to see it in action. So let's do it.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take.
Alright, yeah, so I got most of the trimming all done, and it's really cloudy. I'm just gonna start removing a lot of the dead stuff along here, but wanted to show you guys the shrimp before I actually start kind of just like messing with the tank too much. I don't know if you can see here, that's one little shrimp right here, cherry shrimp in here. This is kind of my miscellaneous shrimp tank. There's a lot of just different species of shrimp in here. Initially, when I had a bunch of, you know, different versions of the Skittle tank, if you guys remember a while back, just really just trying to experiment with the shrimp to see, you know, what works, what doesn't. And I ended up with a lot of just different types of cherries, a lot of different tigers. So in here is just, you know, a miscellaneous kind of tank with a bunch of different shrimp. You know, they're really cool actually. You know, here's another one here. This is kind of like one of a CRS, but it's like a tiger version. Here's a tiger little guy. I don't know if you can kind of see him with his glare here, but yeah, so I'll show you guys real quick the trimming. So this Wabi Kusa is kind of bare because all of the moss on here kind of died back, because at one point this was kind of covering this, and you know, it wasn't getting light, and then like, you know, a bunch of it kind of died back. But you know, the stem plants did well because it actually can grow out, get light, come back in. You know, this one, same thing here, right? Once this kind of plant took over, all the moss around it kind of just like killed itself. It just lost, you know, lost its ability to kind of just grow because it wasn't really competing for light. Over here is doing really well. This this grass here is really doing awesome. What I really need to do actually is I probably need to trim this a little bit more than what it already is trimmed back. This one is starting to bounce back. I only had like 2 initially, again, because this was kind of covering this and it wasn't really growing really well. Again, didn't really do anything here. This one was fine. The UGs here are growing, but they're growing on the side because, you know, all the RA minis on here kind of just covers it and just takes everything. This had moss too at one point, but the moss got blocked out from here. You know, the HC here is really nice. HC kind of outcompeted the moss, and it's just doing really well. The tank's a little kind of cloudy because of the different soil here falling into the tank, and I'm going to do a water change right now so I can kind of remove a lot of the debris in this tank. So for this tank, while I'm doing the water change, I have to kind of be careful to not pull up any like small shrimps or anything like that, because there tend to be a lot of just like small fries and shrimps that kind of just hang out here. So I kind of have to hold on to the suction cup here and just kind of be really careful. So I kind of just have to hold on to this tube here and just kind of make sure that, you know, if a shrimp comes up through this tube, I'm stopping it so they don't kind of fly in here. I also do a sanity check later in the bucket to make sure I didn't pull out any shrimp. I went ahead and stopped the filter. I forgot to actually stop it, but it's okay. I kept it going there, so go ahead and finish this out. So that's about 50% right there of the tank. So take my hand, join the army of the... Take a mist bottle. Go ahead and mist these guys because I need to mist them for the day anyways. This is normally how I do this. Mist them once a day so that, you know, these plants are nice and moist, since they are still aquatic plants. You gotta keep them wet, keep them nice. And I'm gonna do my final trims here for this real quick, just to make sure that everything looks nice and tidy, and also get some new growth going. Adding the good old prime into this tank. It's very little. All right, and then the final thing I do add to my shrimp tanks every time I do a water change is a little bit of this powder here. It helps with their molting and their shell here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to pop this one-handed. Will this work? Will this work? Of course, this thing's broken. Of course, it won't work. All right, all right, so there it is. It's just like a little powder form here. I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle a little bit on top. Normally try to cover top here, and it also depends on how much shrimp you have in the tank. You know, that's actually pretty decent right there, you see. All right, go ahead and turn back on the flow. You got flow, boys. Check out that flow. Little dirty, but you know, it will clear up in a little bit here. All right, and that's pretty much it. That is a quick water change schedule or routine that I do every Friday. I normally do it, you know, like I said, half the tanks. I really enjoy this tank because it's so fast. As you can see, I did this trimming and this whole thing. Plus, actually recording it, you know, is under like, you know, 5 minutes or so. But, you know, actually the whole process of just doing it, probably like under 10 minutes for this tank is super easy. So anyways, guys, until next time, peace.